please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live.
Hey everybody, so we just saw the ending of the Philadelphia Flyers versus New York Islanders Game 7, in which the Isles won, which means the New York Islanders will be facing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Eastern Conference Finals. What does that mean for us? Well, it's conference final preview time in the East. My Western Conference preview is already out, so if you haven't watched that, please check it out between Dallas and Vegas. And now it's time to look at the matchup between the New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Eastern Conference. Before I fully get into it, I just ask that you please hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. Both of those things really help the channel and are very much appreciated. Let's get into it here, taking a look, starting with the New York Islanders, who went 35, 23, and 10 for 80 points in the regular season. And they were a 6th seed in these playoffs. After the play-in round, they were, I believe, a 7 seed to start. They moved into a 6 seed at the start of the actual 16-team playoffs, and they have just kept on winning their way through all the way now to the conference finals. They're coming off a 7-game series win over the Philadelphia Flyers. A very, very good, entertaining, fun series, but the Isles were able to pull it out in Game 7. Their offense has really come alive in this year's playoffs. They are scoring many more goals than they did in the regular season, at least on pace to score a lot more. They're scoring 3.33 goals per game so far in the postseason, which is very, very good. They're also only giving up 2.07 goals against per game. So their goals against have been fantastic as well, and the Islanders, who are known for being a defensive-first team under Barry Trotz, are still playing extremely well defensively. The difference is their scoring has increased. Their power play has been okay, not great, but their power play's been okay at 18.2% in the postseason. I think that's an area they would certainly like to improve on in the next series and as these playoffs go along. Their penalty kill has also been pretty decent, 81.4% on the penalty kill. So, over 80%, pretty solid numbers there. They've been getting very balanced goal scoring on this team. They've got goals from a ton of different players, and overall, offense is coming from up and down the lineup. Anthony Beauvillier leads the team in goal scoring with 8 goals this postseason, and they don't have anyone in double-digit goals yet. Beauvillier is leading the way with 8. As far as points are concerned, Josh Bailey is the leading point scorer in the playoffs for the New York Islanders this year with 17 points so far heading into the conference finals. I'm sure he's going to add to those numbers against Tampa. And Bailey is having a very, very strong playoffs, playing on a line with Brock Nelson so far and Anthony Beauvillier so far in this postseason. Penalty minutes-wise, J.G. Pageau has just taken over the team lead in penalty minutes with his fight in Game 7 against Scott Laughton. He now has 16 penalty minutes on this postseason so far, and that is enough to lead the team for the New York Islanders. Switching over now to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay went 43, 21, and 6 in the regular season for 92 points. They were one of the best teams in the entire league in the regular season, and they've been one of the best teams the entire playoffs as well. They're coming off a 5-game series win against Boston, and with all those other series going 7 games, it feels like it's been forever since we've seen Tampa Bay play, even though it's only been a few days. So far in the playoffs, they are scoring 3 goals per game on the dot. Not exactly, that's less than they did in the regular season. Not exactly a huge offensive performance by the Lightning in the playoffs so far. But where they have really shined is defensively, giving up just 2.31 goals against per game. They've been very, very good at keeping the puck out of their own net. Their power play has struggled at just 17.1% on the so far in the playoffs. That is an area that they certainly need to improve on, but they did get better at in the Boston series compared to how it was going against Columbus in the first round. So the power play is starting to get a little bit better, but they do want to see that continue to improve. And the penalty kill, very similar to New York's, right above 80% at 81.3% on the PK. So pretty even there. As far as their goal scoring goes, Braden Point leads the Tampa Bay Lightning in goals with only 6 goals so far in the postseason. Very similar to New York in that respect, whereas they are getting offense from all over the place. Up and down the lineup, very spread out. There's not one player dominating like we saw in Colorado with Nathan MacKinnon. It's a very balanced attack from Tampa Bay so far in this postseason, and 0.6 goals are enough to lead the team. He also leads the team in points with 18. He has been absolutely phenomenal in these playoffs. It's been, a huge performance from Braden Point, and he is leading the way for this team offensively, but getting a lot of support from his teammates around him as well. And as far as penalty minutes are concerned, Blake Coleman leads the way with 23 penalty minutes so far in the playoffs for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a very physical team. They are not afraid to get involved in the rough stuff. We saw that in the Boston series. They will scrum after whistles. They will drop the gloves when they need to. They will throw big hits. The New York Islanders are also very capable of answering that. I expect this to be a very physical Eastern Conference final. There's going to be a lot of hitting. There's going to be a lot of scrums. I would not be surprised if we see a fight or two. These two teams are going to go at it. Both can score goals. Both are very good defensively. Both struggle on the power play, but are solid on the penalty kill. It's a very, very even matchup. It's going to be a really fun series to watch. As far as coming down to a prediction here, I have to go with the Tampa Bay Lightning in this one. It does not mean that the Islanders cannot win. The Isles have proven to be a very, very good team in this postseason. But at the end of the day, I just think Tampa Bay is the more talented team. I think they've got the more top-tier elite players. And over the course of a 7-game series, that is going to play out. And the Lightning are going to be moving on to the Stanley Cup final. So I definitely think the Islanders will win at least a couple games. I'm going to say that this series goes 6, but at the end of the day, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6 over New York, and the Lightning moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals. So with that, guys, there's my prediction and preview there for this series between the Lightning and Islanders. I think it's going to be a really, really fun series to watch. I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be a very close series, but at the end of the day, the Lightning are going to get it done and move on to the finals. So like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, our Patreon link, merchandise store, and donation link are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.